Hi, it's Meredith. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2017. Today I almost wrote 1987 because whenever I write January 23rd, it's usually followed by my birth year. It is not 1987, it's 2017. It is my birthday today, and I'm 30 years old, so woo! um, yeah, so just thought I'd come back and make a little video about something that's been on my mind lately. I was going to make a video last week, but I was house sitting, and the internet connection at that house was so spotty that I never would have uploaded. So, anyway, touching my really long hair. Well, it's a lot longer than it's been in a while. Do you like it better long, or do you like it better short? I like the convenience and the look of the short hair a heck of a lot better. But I'm just growing it out until I don't feel like growing it out anymore. So I'm just going to keep going. Anyway, so I'm sure I'm sure my weight is about the same as it was the last time I came in, and yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that word endurance today. There's this verse that says, "Run with endurance the race that is set before you." There's a difference between running for time and running short distances just as fast as you can, and running long distances. And um, you're you really have to build up your running endurance to be able to keep running longer and longer. And to endure something can sometimes not be a positive. You just keep enduring although it's difficult. And there are moments along the way where it's really good and you don't really feel like you're just having to endure it. And then there are times where you do. You have to keep going because you know the benefits of going and continuing. And so even though there aren't really any in the moment, you just keep going through it. And so then there's this difference between thriving and surviving. And so I was thinking about like the four areas that I really had wanted to thrive. And the whole reasons that I went into weight loss surgery and the four areas that I wanted to work on were mental health, physical health, emotional health, and spiritual health and well-being, and to not just survive anymore, but to thrive. Physically, I was surviving, but I was not thriving. And while I'm not really at a weight that I want to be at right now, and not at the same physical level of fitness that I was like last March or so, I am still able to do so much more than I was before. And so I feel like I'm definitely on track to thriving and just getting into the habits of continually eating well and eating things that are good for me, and um, and just making physical fitness part of my life, and like such a habit that's so deeply ingrained that I feel wrong if I don't do it. um, Spiritually thriving, growing in my relationship with the Lord. Lately, feel like I really haven't been, but um, from that time in November 2014 through probably November of 2016, I felt like I was on a continual trajectory up to just lots and lots of growth. In the past month and a half, I've not been feeling the same kind of momentum. So, yeah, I just want more of who God is. But November 2014, I remember asking myself, who do I fear most and love the most and trust the most and desire the most? I couldn't ever say that it was God to any of those things. And now I can. So that's amazing. Anyway, mental health. I am thriving. That is an area where I can say that I really am. I think about this time last year. I was really going through a lot of depression and anxiety, and having consistent anxiety attacks. And my mental state has been been very, very good recently. So it's just, and then not just recently, but just overall, because some crummy stuff has happened recently too, and my grandmother died in August, and then I'll get into a story here in just a second. Story time with Meredith. Aren't you excited? Anyway, and even though things are not always happy in my life around me, I've got a hard group of kids this year. Kind of getting mistreated by somebody didn't suck me down into a depression spiral like I think it would have previously. So I'm so proud of that progress that I've made. And then emotional health, which I think is just so closely linked to mental health. I feel really good, and lately I've been feeling very happy, and I know happiness is not something that happens all of the time, and so I'm just soaking it all in. And I think there's a difference between happiness and joy. And I've definitely been experiencing both lately. So, yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about was over over the summer I met somebody on an online dating site, and we started going out, whatever that means, being in a relationship, and it was good for like the first month, and then it wasn't. And nothing like happens overnight. There's not like a switch that flips or anything like that, but it just wasn't good. It was a lot of me giving a lot of myself and being shut down for the way that I was doing it. And even though my anxiety and depression is so much better than it was at this time last year, I still have my days that just suck, and I'm down on myself, and I really need a lot of encouragement and affirmation. So I kept looking to this guy for that, and he told me it's so annoying when you struggle with your depression. And one day I was really just out of it, not feeling good, not in a good headspace, and I wasn't really responding to him, and he said, it was good to get a break from your manic texts, and I was like, that was really hurtful. That manic means that you think I'm crazy. He's like, well, anyway, I went to go visit him because he lived not in my area, and I visited his family, and his mother was very, very unkind, and she told me that my weight loss wasn't good enough, and she was just like, oh my gosh, how much did you lose? I've never weighed that much in my life. I've only ever weighed 135 pounds at my highest weight. And I was like, okay. She's like, why are you taking this so personally? Don't take it personally. You need to lose more. You haven't done good enough. And then the whole time she also nitpicked it. Like, I didn't eat enough while I was there. And I was told by him that I just wasn't used to Asian mothers, and I needed to get used to that because anyway, I came home at the end of November, and I was crying on the phone to my mom. And I knew then that he didn't see me. He didn't love me. He didn't want me. He wanted what I could be for him. But because I was tired and just spent a week being berated by his mother, I didn't want to make an emotional snap decision. So I started praying about it. He was supposed to come visit my family for Christmas, and he didn't. And I was there watching my sisters and their husbands and their babies, and I was trying to convince myself that those are things that I didn't really want out of life, so it was okay if somebody didn't want me, because I could be single and be the fun aunt and just not ever be anybody's most important person. And I was there crying on Christmas Day in the kitchen, and my dad just puts his arm around me, and he knew exactly what I was feeling, even though I didn't have to say anything to him. So last well, on Friday the 13th, and I didn't plan it that way, but I broke up with him, and I told him I really just wanted to take the pressure off of a relationship and pursue being friends. And the way that he treated me the rest of that day just very much confirmed that I made the absolute right decision. Because he continued to berate and belittle me the rest of the day until I just blocked him on my phone. I was just like, I can't take this in. And I know that my mental health is great because I was able to look at the things that he was saying and say, well, he can say that, but that is not what's true about me. He told me that I never loved the Bible, that I wasn't a godly person, that I was, I shouldn't be sad about this or grieve it at all, and this is not the way to break up with him. I don't know what would have been the way, but the things that he said just confirmed that he didn't see me. So, anyway, since then, I stopped losing sleep, and it has just been the best time. Again, I think that's just a confirmation that wasn't the right relationship for me. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about all these things, and it's been a while since you got a long video from me, so if you made it this far, thank you, and hopefully I'll have some other exciting relationship news to share with you soon, because there's this guy, and he's pretty darn great, and I'm excited. So stay tuned for exciting relationship info coming up. Yeah, okay. All right, so to reiterate, enduring versus thriving. And the areas that I'm enduring, I think, are physical and spiritual health, continuing to move forward, though it may not be the best place right now. I'm enduring, and I'm thriving in mental and emotional health right now. Wouldn't it just be lovely if it could be all of those things at the same time? Drat. All right. Well, who knows? I'm just super thankful for my life right now. I'm blessed, I am loved, and I'm 30. So I love you, and Jesus loves you more.